Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Minish Cap. Okay, I'm gonna stop with that. Anyway, in the last episode, we swum around a bunch and got a ton of heart pieces and made it here to the Temple of Droplets. In this episode, we're gonna get started and we see the big door right away. Okay guys, what's this? The floor is made of ice. Be careful not to fall and freeze your backs on the floor, Arrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. This is my least favorite dungeon in the entire game. I don't like this place. It's just, they combine a water dungeon and an ice dungeon. Now, normally, I don't mind ice dungeons. Actually, no, normally I don't mind water dungeons, but ice dungeons, I really don't like. The only exception to ice dungeons I like is Snow Peak Ruins and Twilight Princess, but most of the time, I don't like ice dungeons. So yeah, this is not a fun dungeon for me. And as a result, expect me to say some less than positive things about it while we're trekking through it. Anyway, the main gimmick with this place is, well, actually it's easier to show than explain. We push this, and it lets the sunlight in. The sunlight's shining through. Feels so nice and warm. I can feel myself flying to the frost again. Yes, that's the main gimmick with this place. Excuse me. The main gimmick is you use sunlight in areas to melt ice, like on the ski, for example. Looks like something is frozen in this ice block of ice. Arrow, why don't you go take a look? Yeah, but still, I'm already not a fan of ice block puzzles. Putting it on ice physics just makes it harder. Anyway, we thought out the key, and we now have a small key. Yeah, that's gonna be done a lot in this dungeon. Not that it's a bad gimmick, but it's just the dungeon itself is a pain in the butt to navigate because of the constant ice physics. And the floating pots doesn't exactly help. Fall down. Okay. The big key is right there. Okay, this admittedly is kind of clever. You need to use these ice blocks in order to help you so you don't end up boning yourself like I did so many times when I did this puzzle my first time. Like, I didn't understand what I was supposed to do here at all. Push this up. Push this to the right, and we now have the big key. And now that that's closed, we can make our way back across. Yeah, like I said, admittedly, it's a cool gimmick. I have no problem with the gimmick of this place. The problem I have is with the navigation of this place. It's hard. It's very easy to slip and fall, even though I haven't done so yet. And you think, just because we have the big key, the dungeon's about over, right? Oh, how I wish that were true. We're nowhere near done. As you can see, well done, Arrow. That looks to be the element, alright. What do? We can't touch it while it's trapped in that ice. We need to melt it off somehow. Yep. Even though the element's right there, we need to thaw it out. So we're gonna need to go around and find a way to thaw it out. Floating pots are so much harder to dodge when you have to deal with ice physics. Okay, we just swim through here. Take out this slug, which goes down in one hit very easily. Things are so pathetic. Ignore that rupee, just to drive you people mad. Ain't nothing there. Okay, we need our gust jar right here to pull that mushroom towards us. And if you look to your left, you can see a rock wall, so we're actually getting used to the grip ring outside of Mount Colonel, which I actually think is kind of cool. And this area coming up is actually kind of interesting. The way forward is hidden at the bottom of the pot. That hint actually did stump me for a little bit. Notice this rock formation looks like a pot. Well, if you swim and dive, you find a small key, and also I'm Jesus. That just looks weird to me. Okay, we can't get to this yet because there's no shallow water for us to jump onto, but we have a small key now. I know it doesn't seem like this dungeon is all that bad, and admittedly, it's not. It's not a terrible dungeon design. I'm fine with the gimmick. I'm fine how it's laid out. What I'm not fine with is the navigation. Having to constantly swim everywhere, find shallow places for you to jump out of, having to constantly traverse ice physics, it's a dungeon that I'm not a big fan of. Oh wait, before we do that, there's something I just saw down. Actually, no, I'm gonna be going back there anyway, so I think we're fine. I'll go back. Okay. So we come through here, and now we have a lily pad for us to take. So let's go for a ride. And not much to talk about when I'm just ferrying on a lily pad, especially when I don't like the dungeon in question. What's down here? The lily back room's yeah, it does, so I can actually take care of what I wanted to see. Come down here. I'm pretty sure this is a map. Yep, dungeon map. Very easy to miss if you're not paying attention. But we got it now. Hopefully the lily pad's position doesn't reset when we transition screens. Dang it. No, it didn't, thank God. Okay, so we just gotta take this lily pad to that waterfall we saw before. Oh, man, when you're in a dungeon you don't like, it's especially when navigation in this place is either slow and tedious on this lily pad, or incredibly annoying like on ice physics. It's hard for me to find something to talk about. I find this pretty cool that you take the lily pad to a lower level. What I don't find cool is this part. Okay, that's one more. Okay. Move, move, move! Whew, that was close. Go, go, go! Okay, now we can actually get the button to lower these. And continue onward. I shouldn't have to worry too much about dying. You know what? I'm gonna down some milk. Oh, hey, look, I think this was a caterpillar? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, we now have to fight one of these things on ice. Yeah, fighting one of these. Yes, fighting one of these things on ice, but you can get bounced around semi-easily. Doesn't that sound like fun? Huh, that went down faster than I expected it to. Maybe I should stop complaining and just accept that for this dungeon for what it is. The compass! Sweet. Okay. Again, I'm struggling to find something to talk about. It's just I don't like how you navigate this place. Is there anything? Anything to my right? There is, but it was frozen, so I think I should head up. That's not the right button. If you like this dungeon, that's fine. Like I said, I don't hate it. It's just my least favorite. All right, this part. This freaking part. You remember I said I hate ice block puzzles? This right here is a really, really, really annoying one. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I mean, admittedly, you can visualize it fine. Okay, but the problem is ice physics makes it a little tricky to push the block you want. I've had numerous occasions where I flubbed up and pushed the wrong block and kind of boned myself. Okay. Yeah, that goes there. I don't remember if there's another one like that. If there is, I'm freaking dreading it. And also, don't worry about that chest. We'll be able to get it in a little while. Damn it, still, I really wish this was a little bit more visually interesting. It's just, I'm just mashing the A button to get through this place. What's over here? Nothing. Okay, so, there's a chest over there. 50 rupees and I'm all dirty. Again, I'm all dirty. Totally worth it, though. God, those things are a nuisance. Thankfully, they have a hard time refilling their ammo when they're down here. Because there isn't much dirt to find in a place like this. Yeah, even though you do stop for a moment when you swing your sword, once you once you start moving, once the animation finishes, you start moving in that same direction. It's very weird. It's very hard to control yourself on ice. It's dark. Arrow, where are you? Are you still there under me? Don't know where else I could go. It's so dark, I can't see my peak in front of my face. Watch your step. I don't want you to trip over anything. Yeah, so we got some dark areas, so we gotta be careful. Well done, Arrow! A+. Okay, we're out of the darkness. Okay, got hearts, got some slugs. These things are so pathetic. And we're heading up. Alright, these things. Remember these things? Remember how I beat them last time? I'm gonna beat them the same way this time. Just a little bit more annoying when there's more than two of them. But the boomerang does kind of make them a joke. Okay, blue pad to take us back to the beginning. Awesome. Just down there we can worry about later. And we made it here. So we use the divider, divide ourselves, and push this lever. Okay. That opens up part of the sunlight we need, but it's not quite enough to fill out the element. However, it is enough for us to access the other part of the dungeon. And whenever I do a playthrough, of course, sunlight. Once we get some sunlight in to melt the ice, that element will be good as ours. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate this dungeon because of its poorly designed. I hate it because of its pain about to navigate. I've made that abundantly clear. It's really hard for me to find something to talk about in this place, because if I'm not being frustrated, I'm just bored. Blue Kinstone piece. Okay, that's nice. Match the ice. Oh, jeez, this part! Okay, take it slow. Take care of the flies. Be careful. 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 Blue Kinstone piece. It's very nice, very nice. Careful. 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 Gotta make it through this death trap. Careful. Don't go that way, that's a trap. Is there anything in those? Okay, there was a blue rupee, and I feel like there's a kinstone in this one. There is! Good thing I didn't lose that, that would have been bad. Oh jeez, oh jeez, that was close. Okay, we need a key to press onward, so let's try and find a key. Downstairs. No hearts. Head downstairs a bit more. Okay. Admittedly, this is a kind of a cool puzzle, pardon the pun. We have to close the thing up there. And that gives us access to the lever right there. So we can open the one up there. Let the sunlight in from up there. And then we go downstairs, open and flip the switch down there, open the other thing, and let the sunlight get in here. I'm pretty sure this is our key. And voila, puzzle solved! Small key, perfect. I do find it a little bit weird that they give you the big key so early on, but it's mostly a deception. This dungeon is fairly long. I don't know. I don't know if it's as long as the Fortress of Winds for me personally. It takes a while to navigate the place, as I've said numerous times. And we've made it to our mid-boss. We open this up. And yeah. You guys remember the big green choo-choo? This should look mighty familiar in that case. This is... Give it a moment. The big blue choo-choo. It says something when an enhanced version of a boss is reduced to a mini-boss. And admittedly, this thing is a bit trickier, only a bit. You can't absorb the particles on its foot while it's electrified like that, so you have to wait. And electrifying hurts you more than just this thing landing on you. And once again, I'm getting a bit greedy. This thing's just more patience trying than anything. You have to wait on the electricity to die and go for it, like now. Okay, now we just wait for it to fall. You know the drill by now. Yep, this thing goes down fairly easily, just like its brother. Just don't touch it when it's electrified, that'll hurt. Okay. Oh. Come on. Really? Yeah, it was that close. You're serious right now? And once again, my cat is bugging me. Can't be a recording session without my cat bugging me, can it? And it's still standing. Somehow. See what I mean? That heart, that does double damage. Yeah, you lose half a heart instead of a quarter. Come on. Huh, I went faster for some reason. Come on, fall over. Thank you. And we're done here. I like how it died right in the center of the screen. It's pretty cool. And from that thing's defeat, we get the item for the dungeon. The Flame Lantern. Simple item? Yes. Put to great use? Absolutely. It's called the Flame Lantern because it can melt stuff. And this actually brings up kind of an interesting point. There's some text in the game that suggests that the fire rod was meant to be used in the game because one of the figurines you can get is of an 100% is of an Ice Whiz robe, and it says use your fire rod to beat it. But the fire rod is noticeably absent from this game, which suggests the Flame Lantern could have replaced it during development, and I find that really cool. And also, yes, the Flame Lantern lights up dark places, and yeah. I'm gonna just take care of these guys. Okay, it's 2. Fighting in the dark, and I won. Yeah, lighting those lanterns is the right thing to do, but they go out pretty quickly, so yeah. See? Okay, we got a bit of a maze in the dark. We gotta find the torches and light them to open the way. Get out of my face. So many bugs in here, it's ridiculous. So yeah, not much to talk about here, it's just a dark maze. That's all it is. And we got a red kinstone piece, very, very nice. We're really good on kinstone pieces. Okay. Okay, break this for 5 bombs, and there's a bomb wall right over yonder. But I'm gonna wait a sec, because I want to finish exploring the maze so I don't lose track of where I am. And we got a red kinstone piece again. Took me a second to get my thoughts together on that one. And I think that's all the torches, so let's blow up as well and see what's behind it. I'm surprised an explosion doesn't illuminate the area around it! Wow. Talk about an infestation. And small key! Sweet! So now let's make our way out of the maze. Oh, that's not the way to go. This is the way to go. Okay, like that. Grab another red kinstone piece. God, they're so generous with those for some reason in this dungeon. Maybe they're making up for the fact that it's kind of a poorly designed dungeon. Oh, and right. Now I'm remembering what I hate the most of all about this dungeon. This part. Having to dodge these fire snakes on ice physics. And if they hit you, your butt's lit on fire, and you can't stop moving forward. Sound like fun? I seriously thought that was a good idea. Dodging anything else would have been fine. I'm pretty glad I have a fairy on me just in case. Okay, come on. This place looks familiar. Okay, is that Pacify's really necessary? Alright, this part. So we build up our spirit gauge, use these, push this, dismiss. Build up our spirit gauge, use these, push this, then push this, dismiss, then use these, push this, and we're done. Dismissed. Oh, this part! This freaking puzzle! The objective is simple. You have to get these three bitches put down at the same time. If only it were that easy. Okay, this part, it's easy. Okay, this part, obviously, you know, it's obvious. But actually having to get you and a clone over there, a lot easier said than done, let me tell you. First things first, charge up the spirit gauge, touch this part, and then the very opposite end. And I just realized I missed a step. You're supposed to push this over here, and I think it'd be easier if I was on the bottom one. Let's try this again. Come on, come on. That's taken care of. And that was actually wrong. Let's try from here. This, but... And that's the most annoying part. Here we go. Doesn't look so bad, does it? Remember the fact that your clone disappears if it collides with a solid surface? Imagine how long that would take me my first time when I didn't even know what I was doing. Oh jeez, more fire snakes. At least the solution is obvious, but still, what's the point? Okay, we can go into this bridge. And we flame lantern that. Okay. Clones. Up, clone. Push. Dismissed. Oh boy, as if the ice physics with puzzles couldn't get any worse. You have to light all 9 of these torches with ice physics. I somehow did that in one shot. Normally that takes me a lot longer because those torches go out after a certain amount of time. So it can be quite annoying when you light a torch, go to like the last one, then the first one goes out, and you're stuck having to do that now. It's an annoying puzzle. This dungeon is full of annoying puzzles. You cannot tell by how distraught I am. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah, so the boomerang makes these things you're whipping. Het. That sounded weird. Please don't let that become a thing. Just please don't let that become a thing. Jeez, like the game is trying to tell us something. Anyway, red pad right there. We're on the home stretch now. And don't think I'm gonna go through for any treasure chests I missed. I really don't care enough to do so. Okay, and we have to fight 2 harder pillars in the dark. Oh, that's right. The flame lantern also burns spiderwebs. Forgot about that part. Alright, that's one way to do it. If you want my honest recommendation, focus on one of them to take out first, and then deal with the other one. Take them out one at a time instead of trying to take them both on at once. It's less stressful. So, yeah. Things still have an easy and predictable patterns, just... There's 2 of them. And it's dark. Actually, no, they're called matter pillars. Now I remember. Okay, there's a chest down there. Do not care enough to grab it. Here we go across this ice bridge, and slugs try and fall on us, but they're way too slow. Almost there. Home stretch, and once we get through here, we've come full circle. And it only took me 25 minutes, wow. Usually this place takes me, and actually, well, like I said, you don't realize how long a dungeon or short a dungeon is until you actually time yourself either directly or indirectly. Anyway, that's now open. So, yeah, the element's ours. The water element is freed and ripe for the taking. We did it, Arrow! Now we can take the element! That was a lot of trouble. We finally did it, and what in blazes? Hey, something's not right here. Things can never be that easy, now can they? We also thought out that Octorok, and it is taking the water element for itself. So, we gotta go after it. What's this? That stupid Octorok stole our element! Don't just stand there, we gotta go get it! Arrow, now! Yep, but just when you thought the dungeon was over, it's not. Let's chase after that there Octorok. This is the giant Octorok. So yeah, it's just gonna shoot rocks and you gotta reflect them back at it. I mean, it's kind of a neat idea for a boss fight, but you're gonna see the problem with this fight pretty dang soon. Yep, you have to ignite the thing on its backside while it's spinning around with ice physics. It's not easy. And then, once it's on fire, it causes rock slides that you have to dodge with ice physics. I don't like ice physics in dungeons, I don't like ice physics with boss fights. And then there's the worst part of this fight, which we may or may not see right now. Oh, okay, that's not the worst part of this fight, that just caught me off guard. That did a lot of damage. Wow, I think that was a full heart. Oh, I thought it was about to shoot a rock, dang it. Yep, it was a full heart worth. Okay, I actually heard the audio cue. Yeah, it does that sound twice, that means it's about to shoot a rock. And it's frozen again, so let's try to get at its tail. That was actually surprisingly easy. Okay, that's 2. Now for the worst part of this fight. Give it a moment. Okay, that's... Okay, seriously, are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do or not? Okay. The thing I was worried about was it'll just spew, I think, ink and darken the place, making it harder to see, but for some reason it didn't do that. So yeah, we got the water element and a surprisingly smooth run of both the dungeon and boss fights. Huh. Water quenches thirst, ends drought, and nourishes life. The water element is the embodiment of that power. I kinda had an inverse Let's Play curse. I was complaining about the stuff in the dungeon and it actually made it easier. How about that? Whew. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here before I freeze. I almost froze my dick off in there. What? Ah! Ghost! Oh, young one, child who seeks the aid, the Princess of Hyrule. My name is Gustav. I was King of Hyrule countless ages ago. Stand before me. Only then will the path open to you. Was that just a dream? You said it was a King of Hyrule. Wait, look at your map, Arrow. There's some kind of mark on it. I guess it means it wasn't a dream. We should head over there once we infuse our sword with that element. To the Elemental Sanctuary! Yep, an uncharted area now has a mark on it. But we're gonna worry about that in the next episode. Next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. I say we do a couple things to the Flame Lantern, then go infuse our element with the power of water. Infuse our sword with the element of water. See you guys next time. Take care.